Oh, I'm live. Well, there you go. I've probably been live for a bit longer than I thought, actually. YouTube's weird with these live things. It says you're not live and you're really live. So, okay, here we go. It's rock and roll. That's what it is. It's rock and roll. It's only rock and roll, but I like it. Catch me through the day. Right, guitar stuff, what we're going to do. I think that what we can do is have a little look at some scales. Oh, no, scales. How could you do this to me? Yeah, I just think same, I just think scales, it ain't rock and roll, man. And then I realised that everything that made rock and roll and great rock solos was all built around scales. So I wasted a load of time saying that you didn't need them. Not when I was teaching. By the time I was teaching, I knew you needed them. But when I first started playing, I was like, scales are for squares. No, not the case. Scales are really important. And I'm glad to say I've been a very good boy and learnt all mine and now use them on a daily basis. So, what we're going to learn, what scales shall we learn today? I'm not going to do all scales, I don't think, because if I do all scales, it's not a very popular word, scales isn't at the moment anyway, because of all the weight people put on during lockdown. Fridge gate. So, but they're not those sort of scales. We don't stand on them. Right, okay, C major scale on a guitar, well, there's loads of places to play it. I want to play it what's called first position. First position is down here. And I'm starting on string 5 fret 3, which is the note C. So that's your C. I'll play the scale and then you get the gist of what it sounds like. There you go. String 5 fret 3, string 4 played open, string 4 fret 2, string 4 fret 3, oh, isn't it exciting? String 3 played open, string 3 fret 2, string 2 played open, and string 2 fret 1, which takes you back to do, if you've seen The Sound of Music. Takes you back to the note C, which is string. It's called an octave. Octave, as in octopus, 8 notes. You start on C and you finish on C, and in between it you've played 7 notes, and then you finish on the last note, which is the 8th. You have gone an octave apart. So when something's an octave apart, low, hey, there you go, there's an octave apart, but they're the same name of note. But they're not, you can't really call them the same note because one's lower than the other. Right, so string 5 fret 2, 3, string 4 played open, string 4 fret 2, string 3 played, string 4 fret 3, nearly missed my F out then, string 3 played open, string 3 fret 2, string 2 played open, which is the B. And what you can do, if you know your alphabet, C, D, E, F, G, A. After G, the musical alphabet starts again, well, after G sharp, but there's no sharps in the C major scale, so it goes from G straight to A, back to the beginning of the alphabet, B and C. So why are scales important? Well, if I was doing something musical, all of our tunes are made up of scales. Everything's made up of a scale. So I just realised I got an habit. Not a rabbit, an habit. I do that a lot. I'm not really scratching my nose. I'm kind of just doing. It's a habit. It's a habit. Well, there's some people. Everyone will have habits, don't we? That's mine. I'm feeling. Or that. It's like I'm just checking my nose is still there. It's there. Right. We digress. Right. So making up a tune. The point of taking this scale is to make up a tune and play the notes in any order you want. If I play the C chord, that's string 2 fret 1, string 4 fret 2, and string 5 fret 3. Little bit of a stretch. Then I played the notes out of the scale. Made a little mistake in the middle of that. I should have practiced more. Then you've got a tune. The whole point, though, with playing a scale is learn them so you can get them nice and fluent, but then chuck them all into a bucket, give them a good shake, chuck them all out and see what order they come out in. And you can play them in any order you want. I want to start on string 3 played open. Strum a chord. Didn't sound at all like a scale, did it? Didn't sound that like that. If you were doing a solo and the singer turned around and pointed at you because you're the guitarist and said, "Okay," and you went, then everybody would say, "Oh, that's just a scale." Well, if you take those notes, mess them up into any order you want. So scales are important, very important. I know people say they're boring, but they are important. So it's up to you. I sort of went, scales when I was like sailor. So at the beginning of this video, scales, they're boring. Yeah, but you can't rock and roll without them. If you're going to do that, do all the fancy stuff. That is a scale. So to do all your good rock stuff, you learn a few scales. Okay, so that's it, really, scales. Next, what we're going to look at, we're going to have a little look at something. We're going to put a scale in it. Let's look at a little bit something to do with rock. We're going to look at another scale. And I said, well, I'm going to do scales all the way across the lesson. Okay, I lied. But this is, again, a really handy way of playing a scale. This is a great little exercise. Playing an E fifth chord. That's string 5 fret 2. And it's string 5 and string 6 played together. We've done this before. If you're one of my two viewers, you can go back over some of the videos and go, oh, it's done something similar to this before. Oh, shout out to Mr. Bannerman, by the way. Hey, Jamesy. Big shout out to you. So, what am I doing here? I'm just vamping. Vamping, man. That's what I'm doing. All right. Then, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go down a scale. And that is an E minor pentatonic scale. Brilliant in rock and brilliant in blues as well. If you listen to, is it Back in Black, AC/DC? That's what it does in that. Does it in Back in Black. So let's talk about the vamping. Dead easy. Just jump away on it. Jump away. How do you jump away? I'm jumping. Don't disturb me. Chug away. I didn't say chug. I meant to say chug. Chug away. Like Trent. Okay. All aboard. Then you scale. String 1 fret 3. String 1 played open. String 2 fret 3. String 2 played open. String 3 fret 2. String 3 played open. Now, string 4 fret 2 is the note E. And it's an E minor pentatonic scale. And it's up to you. You can either stop it there, or you can carry on. So that string 4 played open is your next note. String 5 fret 2, string and played open, and then string 6 fret 3. play it open. It's up to you. Can't even do that if you want. Wonderful face, I can't help it, it's the only one I've got. So, string 1 fret 3, and this is actually, this is starting on a different note. This is starting on the note G. I'm not going to get into too much complication over why. It just works well like this. Do it like this, it works well. It's 1 fret 3, then open, then 2 fret 3, then open, then 3 fret 2, then open. That's why I do it down here. I'll show you this scale first. This kind of rock scale, pentatonic scale, because everything goes to open. 4 to open, 5 to open, fret 2, that's fret 2 on those, and then string 6 fret 3, and open. Now, a lovely little trick you can do with this. Oh, okay, good. So I'll show you what I'm doing. This is more for advanced players. So when we mentioned scales at the beginning of the video, people go, "No, I'm not doing scales. No, put a stop sign up. Can't go in there, mate. It's scales. It's off. It's off limits, mate. You can't go in. Full of scales. It was. It's a nightmare." Suddenly you're doing that. Well, that's a scale. That's a scale, and it sounds great. So I'm doing. I covered this in one of my videos about, seems like about 30 years ago now. I'm doing a pull off. Pick, flick. Done these before. Pick and flick. Incredibly handy. Incredible. I think we did them last week. Pick and flick and pick and flick and pick and flick. String 4 fret 2, pick and flick. You might as well go all the way down. String 5 fret 2, flick and. Now on the 6th there's something really cool. So you get this. That's your pull-offs all the way through the scale. And that's how you get your speed up. But then on the last note we do something called, I suppose you could call it I think some people call it a blues bend. It's like a mooing cow. It's like, yeah, come on Daisy. Mooing cow bend. And then hit the open string. But it just sounds really cool. Yeah, so you can even flick that off if you want. Oh, not like that. I didn't do it. Misfire. Reload. You can do that if you want. So I'm hitting the 5th chord. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and this is for your advanced players. There you go. So that is I can't remember what I did first. I forgot. I do that thing with my nose. That makes everything better. That bit I've got. But then the pull-offs, they did the C major scale. Forgot. Oh dear. Well, I mean, it was about 10 minutes ago, so you'll obviously, you'll understand, won't you? C major scale, not as rock and roll as the E major pentatonic, E minor pentatonic. You couldn't really do that. Play the E. And then play this. It sounds too nice. Whereas the E minor pentatonic, it's lovely when you remember what you've done. That's a little better. That sounds more in there. But learn them both. And get your speed going up on that. Pick, pull, pick, pull. Notice I'm using fingers preferred? No, don't forget now. And then if you want to do the doingy mooing cow, it's fine, great. That's great. So that minor pentatonic in the key of E and a C major scale in the key of C, believe it or not. Right, okay. one more very, very, very quick look at the scale. We're going to go sad. Sad, very sad. This is a song actually I wrote not so long ago. This is called Very Sad. It's very sad. Yeah, there you go. See, you can just pull a song out of anything. A minor, string 2 fret 1, string 4 fret 2, and string 3 fret 2. That's your A minor chord, and you strum from string 5. Now then, I want to go for it. We're going for it. You will come across this. It will happen if you carry on playing the guitar, or actually carry on playing music. Every major scale, every major key has something called a relative minor, and the relative minor is the same notes to the scale in a different order. Ooh, how do you do that happen? Well, for instance, the relative minor is always the same on each scale. It always has its own relative minor. So in the key of C, it's A minor. Oh, why did you do A minor? I understand now. So I chose A minor. Then I want to pick my 5th string open. That is the note A. Then I'm going to go to B. Then I'm going to go to C. That's string 3 fret 5. String 3 fret 5. You're having a laugh, aren't you? String 3 fret 3. So, I'm giving up now. String 5 fret 3. String 4 played open. Let me just make sure I play it correctly this time. Yes, I'm on the right string. That's D. Then string 4 fret 2 is E. Then string 4 fret 3 is F. Then the string 3 played open, which is the G. And then finish on the A string 3 fret 2. Oh, misfire again. I can't hit the right string today. So you get this. Now, strangely enough, all of the notes in that are also in a C major scale, but they are played in a different order. So because they're played in a different order, you get a different sound. Okay, so that's your minor scale. A, string 5 played open. B, string 5 fret 2. C, string, and that's where we started on the C major scale, and the rest of the scale is the same as C major. C, string 5 fret 3. And then string 4 played open, string 4 fret 2, string 4 fret 3, string 3 played open, and then finish on the A. So you start and finish, think of it like a clock face. If 12 o'clock is the major scale, that's C. You go around the clock face and you go C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, back at C. Well, A minor, all you do is you start in a different place on the clock face. You go around all the same notes as C major. Oh, look, I'm making a round shape with my finger. You go through all the same notes as C major, but you start and finish in a different place. So you get this for C major, and you get this for A minor, and you get a totally different sound. But I do hope you enjoyed this. Scales are so important. You do need to know them. You do need to learn them many as you can, and then they will make a massive difference to your improvisation soloing. So on this note, I will see you a little later on in the week. Okay, tally ho.